Hey, how's it going out there? This is Two Birds, One Show. I'm DeeTer. That's my buddy Ricky.
Yo.
So we're on the BGSE network every Thursday night, 10 p.m. Check us out. We talk about craft beer and Philadelphia sports. So
Funnest show around.
What we like to do, we like to jump in a little bit of craft beer, jump into some sports, hit up some more craft beer, and dive into a little bit more sports. So,
what you drinking tonight?
Oh, well, let me get going here. I'm going with the Fall Festival Pumpkin Master of Pumpkins by Troegs. So I was just at the facility not too long ago. Had a great time. And I really like the Troegs beers, and I like the brewery. It's a really nice time. You get out to Hershey, check it out. It's right by Hershey Park. If you got a family and kids, it's right on the way. But Troegs, they have a special pumpkin. It's like an elongated pumpkin. They don't use like a regular pumpkin. It's almost kind of like a yam. It's a weird looking like gourd or whatever. Yeah. And so they usually do the Master of Pumpkins at like a later time because I don't know if you know, like pumpkin beers out there, man, they always get it out like the end of summer. And I feel like it's a little too soon. You know what I mean? And it feels like it's always sooner and sooner every year. But Troegs keeps true because they use the same gourd or pumpkin that they use. And, October pumpkin beer, man. I mean, it's
amen.
Right. It's a good time for it. So let's see what this guy's got. Look at this. Beautiful looking beer.
That is a pretty beer.
Even in the Troegs glass.
Look at you. Got the proper glassware.
Yes, sir. Oh, man, that is a spicy beer. That is a fall festive beer.
And what spice you getting a lot of? Like a lot of nutmeg or a lot of clove?
Nutmeg. Yeah, ton of nutmeg, ton of clove, ton of it, dude. Like, holy
some
crap.
Cinnamon in there, maybe?
It's weird. I feel like, every year this is a little different. Yeah, because I've had it before, and I felt like it was a little bit more Belgium-y, a little like a Saison. And this is just like, bam, straight clove, straight spice. It hits you in the face.
Nice. Which, when I drink, personally, when I drink pumpkin beers, I prefer that. When I'm drinking a pumpkin beer, I want to know it's pumpkin. Like, don't get me wrong, I'll drink a mild pumpkin once in a while, but I like the pumpkin. Like you said, it just kind of punches you in the face and lets you know, hey, pumpkin beer's here. So nice. And what's the ABV on there?
It's like a 7.5. It tastes like a spicy wit beer. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's interesting, man. I got a comment here. Mets just won. Fuck the Mets. Thank you, Jeff.
Me and DeeTer were just discussing a little bit of that before we came on. The Master of Pumpkins, I haven't had them, I don't know, year or two maybe. I got to check my on tap. What is it? It's probably an ale then, or is it like a lager based pumpkin beer?
It's really light, man. It says house wit. I don't know if you can read the description on house wit.
Kinda.
Yeast 7.5, and that's really nice that they put all that information.
Yeah, I prefer more info.
Yeah, clove, ginger, nutmeg. That's it. Nutmeg, man.
Nice.
Very, very spicy. It's different. And you know what? I kind of like it, man. Like before, I thought it had like more of a Belgian yeast, and I thought like more like a Saison presence. It could use a little bit more pumpkin in it, but the spices and all, pretty good.
Nice. What pumpkin beer I had this week that I really liked a lot was from Bucket Brigade down in Cape May.
Okay. Wow.
Okay. It was like drunken pumpkin or something to that effect. I know that's somebody else, maybe Dogfish does a drunken pumpkin. Maybe it is called also drunken pumpkin. Maybe I'm off the name a little bit, but if you get a chance, Bucket Brigade the pumpkin they put out is really nice, very gourdy. You know, like I said, a ton of pumpkin to it. So
got another comment by Jeff here. It's an they get a local long neck pumpkin. That's what they're called. They roast them in their kitchen.
Nice.
They spice the sides after a few weeks. Okay. But yeah, I haven't heard much from Bucket Brigade, but awesome pumpkin beer.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. I was a big fan of it.
Nice.
Yeah, it was flying off the taps this week. So
nice, awesome.
Yeah. Well, we're sticking with kind of the autumn theme. I went with Monkish Bomb automatically. So see how you got the kind of like you got the pine cones and
pine cones, the leaves, and everything.
One of their staple beers is called Bomb Automatically.
Okay.
In Monkish, it's one of their big. It's almost like how Treehouse has green, or so. Right. Bomb Automatically is one of their house staple beers. Now this is Bomb. I'm probably saying it wrong, but autonomically. I mean, it's an odd word to pronounce.
Atomically, bomb atomically, something like that. Yeah, that's pretty neat, man. Oh man, that beer looks great.
It's beautiful. Nice color. I think it's about 8.2%. Yeah, New England style IPA.
If you guys are new to this show, I try to keep things local, but my buddy Ricky, he gets beers from all over, man. He's a beer connoisseur, that guy right there.
Oh, well, thank you much. Right back at you, brother.
Monkish, man. So Monkish is from the West Coast, right out in California?
Yeah, I believe Torrance, California. I always say, ever since I tried them, I said they're the treehouse of the West Coast because a lot of their beers kind of not only just taste, but body, a lot of the color. Remind me a lot of Treehouse beers. And if anybody watches and knows, Treehouse, my favorite brewery in the world. And out west, Monkish is probably my favorite brewery out there. I know Brewos up in Portland's making a claim these days as a huge, big-time New England style producer. I've had a few other things. They're good. But Monkish, for me, is the tits for, West Coast New England style. Nice. And this is great. This is fantastic. I mean, they're getting a ton of
any hop profile you picking out there?
Well, I feel like I'm getting some Galaxy on there. Definitely some Citra. Okay. I know it's not in here. I mean, I could be wrong, but I feel like I'm getting a little bit of Idaho 7 hop in there. Nice. It's probably not.
Bubblegum taste to it?
A little bit, yeah. And I don't think it's in here, but I'm getting an essence of it, very mild. Nice. I got to read up and see what exactly hop profile they're using. Maybe there is some Idaho 7, but I feel like I'm picking up a little bit faintly.
We got a couple comments here. Let's get through this. Robert Silverdale. Mets came back in the 9th against the Brewers. Look out, Phillies. You're called the Red Hot Mets. Oh, my God.
I say bring it on.
The Red Hot Mets. Wow. Okay.
Well, they are, and I say bring it on. I was talking to a lot of people all throughout the week in work, and it's a very sports oriented place, and I talk a ton of sports. And everybody, who do you prefer to play? Listen, play whoever you want to put in front of us. I always say, almost like a heavyweight fight. You're not going to get better by playing cupcakes. Put the toughest teams in front of us now. Everybody's like, and listen, the Mets since June 1st are the hottest team in baseball. But listen, we're going to go in there and beat the Mets, and then anybody who comes along the line, we're like, well, you get punched in the face. It's not going to be a shock to our system. You're like, look, we just played the team playing the best. You don't get better by playing cupcakes. Iron sharpens iron.
All right. On that note, we have more comments. So, hey guys, and me, is that one of your friends or something?
That's my sister.
Oh, okay. All right. Anthony, good evening, gang.
I just saw Anthony earlier today. What's up, Ant?
Yeah. But iron sharpens iron. Yes. Okay. I get that. But you know what? Give me the win. I'll take the win. You know what I mean? Like,
are you afraid of the Mets?
No, I'm not. But it's just like, let's get to the show. You know what I mean? Like, we don't need to prove anybody else.
This is part of the journey.
We don't need to prove nothing. Let's get to the show. It's been a couple years now. It's been a couple years now, man. We've been to the playoffs. Let's do it. Let's get it done. That's all I want. I don't really care. Oh, hey, we beat the toughest team in the playoffs. Well, no, my thing that's not the case.
Put whoever you want in front of us. There's nobody stopping this Phillies team. Listen, everybody wants to run scared of the Mets. Bring the Mets on. Good. I want to play the team that everybody's hyping up, talking this shit. We're the biggest, the best. Well, we're going to find out. We're going to find out real quick. So let everybody run off at the mouth, and we'll find out in about a week, who's still standing.
We've said this plenty of times before. There's ugly wins. There's hard wins, easy wins. Let's just get the win. You know what I mean? There's no different category. You know what I mean? Get the win. Baby. That's it.
What did Al Davis say back in the day? Just win, baby. That's been my mantra for the entire year. Just win, baby. And listen, I don't know if anybody's been watching our show, and I want to send a shout out to my buddy Phil Stifle, who does trending on the AM on Edge of Philly Sports. So he's actually switching over to a new network soon. Does the best Philly morning sports talk show in the whole Delaware Valley. I've been saying on his show all year, Phillies are going to win the World Series. And just like JT Realmuto said, I'm not afraid to say it. I don't believe in jinxes. Phillies are going to win the World Series this season. If you want to believe it, cool, jump on. If you don't want to believe it, I'll talk to you in about a month or so, and I can say, hey, I told you so.
Well, we'll see.
But if you watch our show, I've been saying it the entire year.
So I guess we're playing the Mets, right? Mets Saturday.
Good. Bring them on.
Good. Bring them on. So I guess that's a craft beer part. I might as well jump into some sports since we already have been, right?
Yeah.
Let's knock out some easy ones.
I want to send a shout out real quick too. Thanks for Stoggs and Big Game James for coming on our show last week. Much appreciated, gentlemen.
Yeah. I know things got a little heated, but that's what happens when you talk sports, man.
It's just it happens at my work on a daily basis.
They're such great guys, man.
They are. They're good dudes.
Good dudes, man.
Yeah.
Union lost and to Orlando and knocked them out of the playoff bracket. So there's only a few games left. So if they want to get in the playoffs, man, they better step it up. Let's see. Flyers tonight. Flyers.
Yeah, beat the Devils. I think that was our last preseason game. I think we start the season. Was it next Thursday or Friday? I'm really excited. I'm going to give Torts a second chance because I'll be honest, more because of what he did for the Goudreau family and bringing their dad in to coach with him. May have respect. I'm back on your side, Torts. Let's go get him. Let's go shock the world a little bit. And guess what? It looks like this Mitch Scott kid. He's a player. Shout out to Coots too for standing up for his boy when the dude was starting to fight with him, the fucking bully, and Coots stood up to him and said, "You want to go?" And he dropped the gloves with him. So awesome, way to stand up for your boy, dude.
Dude, that's some old school hockey right there.
That's a captain move right there.
That's so badass, dude. When I seen that, I was like so excited, man. I was like, this kid's part of the team, and you're protecting the team, dude. And that's how you do it, dude. That's how you fucking do it.
The new era of Flyers hockey has begun.
Yeah, that was so cool, man.
Real quick, so I want to throw in an interesting note. Did you know, I want to say 63 or 64-year rivalry between the Phillies and Mets. Do you know this is the first year we'll be ever playing in the playoffs against each other?
It's been a while because Mets, haven't.
No, I'm saying this is the first time ever the Mets and Phillies have played each other in the playoffs.
Ever.
Damn,
dude.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
Let's get it on. Whoa.
Oh, my God, dude.
You know what they say.
I'm a little
if you're
nervous,
scared,
man.
Get a dog.
I know. But they seem to always mess with us, dude. They seem to always get us somehow, man.
If you believe that, that's what you'll manifest. You know what I mean? Listen, if you keep believing in defeat is what the universe will reward you with. Now, listen, Phillies beat the Mets in 4. I called it here. Phillies win in 4.
Damn. So I was out earlier, went to Village Pub, my buddy Jeff, and man, such good fucking wings. Had sriracha wings.
Nice.
If you get the Village Pub, sriracha wings is the way to go.
Great spot, by the way.
Yeah, I was drinking High Ally. I haven't had High Ally in ages, dude.
Nice. I miss High Ally.
Yeah, I was like, dude, this is all right, man. We were sitting out in the deck area. It was pretty cool, man. Not bad time.
Shout out to Cigar City.
Yeah, man. High Lie, dude.
High Lie's a great beer. It is. It is so good. Who was your bartender? Can we get a shout out? You don't remember, do you?
We weren't sitting at the bar. Normally I would, but it was Jeff and his wife. They like to sit at tables. They're very
shout out to Jeff and the fam.
Sophisticated, the tables. I'm more of a bar guy, but hey, it was a good time.
Me too. And you know what I'm looking forward to, DeeTer? I don't know if anybody that follows our show closely. We do a little bet where at the end of each show we pick a couple NFL games. And whoever has the lesser of the record at the end of the year pays the tab. We hit the bar at the end of the year or the brewery.
Have a good time, dude.
I'm trying to talk to my rep at Bonesaw to let us get in the Lager Loft. By the way, they invited us to do our show from the Lager Loft up there, which is fucking gorgeous up there, man. Beautiful spot.
Well, I mean, I had to set up the laptop, and I would have to we gotta try it out, like either your spot or some spot to just see how we do mobile wise.
Well, let's do it.
Because if there's a crowd, you're gonna have that crowd noise and everything.
Yeah, maybe we'll get headphones or something.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Get my boy Mikey Rozier on there. He's been dying to get on our show, man.
Dude, it's so easy, man. Just give him the link and just let him come on, man.
I know. Mike, come on, get on the show, kid.
Yeah, man. It'd be awesome. And I'm trying not to curse so much, but God, come on, dude. Come on. It'd be so easy. Oh, man. Other sports.
One thing I wanted to bring up, other sports-wise, the Flyers, kind of under the radar move, you might not even notice for a little bit, but they signed young defenseman Spencer Gill to a 3-year entry-level contract. And it's not big news, but put out there. Also, I wanted to say about the Phillies, I really hope they start Christopher Sanchez in game 2 as opposed to Aaron Nola, only because Sanchez's ERA at home is like 2.64, and on the road it's like 5.35. He's phenomenal at home, and then in that way you also get to go right, left, right. So I hope they go Wheeler, Sanchez, Nola, and you know what I mean. Then you go right, left, right, and then you get Sanchez a start at home.
Now, did they have like a practice game or something like that?
They had 2 intramural games between the team.
Okay. Because I'm hearing Tampa talking about on the news. All right.
It's to stay so you don't get cold. Baseball's a game of repetition, man. Right. And here's the one thing I'll say too. Somebody earlier was saying, well, I hope the week off doesn't make them cold. I'll tell you this, the last 2 years, we didn't have the week off and they ran out of gas both years. Yeah. Maybe this is what they needed. Maybe they needed to actually. Baseball's a long season, man. I mean, you're talking 162 games, not including the preseason, which is another 25 games. It's a war of attrition, man. I'm glad they got the week off.
Dude, it's the most games out of any goddamn
in the world
sport, man. You know what I mean? And when they celebrate it, winning the division, good on them. You know what I mean? Like,
amen.
Good on them, dude.
Listen, if you have a chance to celebrate, that's the universe offering you that. You don't always get a chance, and even if the smallest thing, celebrate whenever you get a chance. Love life and be happy, man.
What was it, like 13 years or something like that? Some like 11 or 13 years
since we won the division. Yeah,
it's been a while, man. So it doesn't seem it because we've been to the playoffs, but to win the division,
right? This is our 3rd straight year in the playoffs. But remember that, DeeTer, before these 3 straight years in playoffs, we had a decade long of no playoffs at all. 10 years and no playoffs. So, I mean, I'm savoring every moment of this. People are like, I'm scared to play the Mets. Meanwhile, I'm in the background. I'm just glad we're in the fucking playoffs. We made it to the dance. Yeah. Half the people are at home saying, I wish I went to the dance. That we're going to the dance, guys. Put the playoffs. Let's go.
Shout out to my buddy, my fraternity buddy, Steve. It was a good friend of mine when I was in the fraternity. And he is an Oiler, not Oilers, Baltimore.
I feel bad for the Orioles.
Yeah, Orioles. And they lost, and I was like, oh, man. Dude, I wanted to get them on the show, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, hey, man, when you guys get on the playoffs, I'll get you on the show. And he's like, yeah, I'm all about it, man. And then they got knocked out the first round. Oh, man, I was like, oh.
Yeah. On another side note, you know what I love to say? I love that the Tigers won. You're talking about a team, their total payroll is $19 million. The pitcher they faced against the Astros the other night, his single payroll was like $35 million just for one player. This team is good. Listen, as of like August 8th, the Tigers were like 11 or 12 games under 500. They had a point, like a 12% chance to make the playoffs, and then they got red hot and went something like, 28-14 or 28-12, something like that. So shout out to the Tigers, man, for shocking the world.
Yeah, man, like the underdogs, coming through, man.
I'm always of the underdog guild.
We got a comment here, Ricky. Hey, Greg, what's up, guys?
What up, Greg?
What up, Greg? But yeah, man, it's been a little bit surprising, man. Like, what's it? The Royals, beating the Orioles.
A good team. Dude. They got Bobby Witt Jr., who, for my money, is one of the fucking best young players in all of baseball. That dude is a beast.
Man. And I guess jump into some football. I mean, like, because
you ready? You ready to do that? You ready to do that? I'm always ready. I'm always ready.
It's been crazy. It's been crazy. Like, Seattle Seahawks doing well. The Vikings doing well. These are teams that you wouldn't think were doing well.
Washington Redskins, the Commodores.
Yeah, dude. What? This is such a weird year, man. It is.
Peter, can I make a point, though? And maybe I'm off and maybe I'm just totally wrong, but here's my observation. Do you know why I think that is? Because I think for now on, what you're going to see, I think September is now the preseason. There's so much ugly and dirty football. It's almost like September because nobody plays in the preseason anymore. Nobody plays anymore. So now September's become the preseason. It really has.
I mean, it's got to, though. It has to. You see all the injuries that has happened, dude. Like, I mean, are you really going to injure somebody on the...
Remember when they used to have the 2-a-days and 3-a-days and the 3-week-long mini camps up in Lehigh? Listen, guys didn't get injured as much back then. You know why? Because you trained your fucking body to be tougher. Listen, guys these days, Robin Roberts used to throw 35 complete games in a season in baseball. You might see 4 complete games in all baseball now because you're not training your bodies to be as tough as they were. And it's a basic fact. I mean, you're softening these athletes, and you're seeing now the repercussions of it.
So you're saying preseason games will help with the injuries?
I think not just preseason. I'm saying training camp. Remember, you used to go up to Lehigh, and it was that 3-week training camp. It was like 3 weeks of hell where you got your balls beat in the dirt. But guess what, man? The guys came out tough as fucking nails, dude.
Yeah, but now they got those big goddamn cones on their heads and stuff, dude. Yeah. Like, they're trying to make sure.
I'm not talking about heads. I'm talking about your body. They were training their bodies.
I get that, but they're trying not to have the injuries in the preseasons, which happens. Pull hamstring.
It's a contact sport.
It's hand in hand, dude. You know what I mean? Where can you weigh it out? You know what I mean? Like, it's very tough, dude. And I see, like.
Listen, if the NFL was legit concerned about player safety, why are you having Thursday games three days after a fucking Sunday game? That they don't care about player health.
But that's what bullshit. What I think is going on, though, is like a lot of teams don't have the handbook on Kirk Cousins on the Falcons. They don't have the handbook on the Darnold and the Vikings. It's a whole mix-up. You know what I mean? You don't know how they're going to play. And I feel like that's really coming out in this season. Like,
listen, Kirk Cousins has been in this league for 13 years. I mean, there's a ton of info. I mean, and Sam Darnold, I think he's been in the league for like 7 years. I think what it is, well, number one, I think the Vikings are a good team. Number two, Kirk Cousins, for whatever, say what you want about Kirk Cousins. This guy was strong for over 4,000 yards a year for like 10 straight years. I would take him on my fantasy team all the time. Kirk Cousins is a really good fucking quarterback. There's no surprise to anybody. It's not like this shocker. I mean, this guy's throwing for 4,500 yards a year on average,
Mm-hmm. But these teams that you thought were going to do good, like the Jags with Trevor Lawrence, the Bengals with Joe Burrow, I mean, Yuri, you had your good year when you came out, and now, like, it hasn't been the same. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I feel a little mix up here or there. It kind of, throws the other team out of the loop, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong, but
no, I
what
see
I'm
what you're
seeing.
saying. I see what you're saying. That's a good point. I don't know. I just feel like what we're seeing now, maybe we'll remember tonight and look back at this night and say, hey, yeah, September was the preseason. And maybe in 8 weeks when the NFL is completely different, we'll be like, hey, remember we were talking? I don't know. I just feel like September's become the new preseason. I think it's a lot of ugly football and guys just not ready to play yet because nobody plays in the preseason anymore. I don't know. Maybe not.
Well, yeah, we'll see. But you can't really play your good guys in the preseason and have them get hurt. I mean,
we played all of our players in the preseason for the last 40 years.
Okay, well, we were doing pretty good in the beginning of the season, and now, like, what were we, 2-2, right? We really are.
They're 2-2, and we're one bullshit driveway against Atlanta, really, from being 3-1. I'm not panicking on the Eagles. That's not what I'm going to do.
But I feel like, we got a pretty solid team. I don't think we really need it to do more preseason playing.
I do.
Yeah,
I do. I think so? It's not. Let me ask you this: does every single sport that you know of have a preseason?
Well, I don't think preseason is going to really help our coaching problem.
Have a preseason? Does every sport you know? Yeah. Do you know why every single sport has a preseason? Because it's necessary.
Rookies, younger players.
Did Donovan McNabb play in the preseason every year? Yup. Did Nick Foles play in the preseason every year? Yup. Did Carson Wentz play in the preseason every single year? Yup. Yeah. Listen, it's necessary. That's why every sport has it. We've made it so fucking soft, and we're living on such a line of fear. Let's live in fear. We're not going to play anybody in the preseason because we want to live in fear. Are you kidding me? When did Donovan McNabb get hurt in the preseason? Never.
Preseason.
When did Carson Wentz get hurt in the preseason? Never.
So I'm jumping into my next beer because I'm going to need it. Let's see.
Me too.
I'll go with
nice.
Nice. Nectaron Tri Hop.
Attaway.
There we go.
That's a great beer.
Thank you, sir. But yeah, dude, I don't think preseason is really going to help our coaching problem, which I think is a big problem. And our quarterback has been our quarterback for the last 3-4 years, whatever. I don't think preseason is really going to help him.
Did it help the past quarterbacks on this team when the greats like Donovan McNabb played in the preseason every year? Yup. Listen, we can be on opposite sides of the fence, but I'll never, ever agree with this point. Preseason is necessary, important, and it helps and it works. And that's why every single sport does it. Football's gotten so soft and money hungry. They're like, we're going to live in fear. We paid these guys so much. We don't want them to get hurt. Listen, it's a bad way to go.
They added on to the main season. They had to pull from the preseason. You know what I mean? Like,
preseason had to be ready. The baseball preseason is a month long. It's 5 weeks long. For a reason. And you're talking about a 162 game schedule. You think they're like, oh, we're worried about injury. We're already playing 162. Should we play 30 more? They're like, yup. You know why? Because they're like, because we need it. It's necessary.
What are you gonna have? Like a Super Bowl in March? You know what I mean? Like,
what do you mean? They're the Super Bowl still the Super Bowl.
You need to factor in the games, dude. Like, there's always
what have they done for the last 80 years?
You added more games to the season, and you took away from the preseason.
You added one more game. One, not more games. You added one game. I don't see how adding one more game. I think, in fact, that makes preseason more important. Now you really have to train your body to go longer. Listen, maybe I'm crazy, but I'm telling you, in the coming years, they're going to start playing people in fucking preseason again. This was some ugly fucking football this last month, not just with the Eagles, but all around the league. And everybody's going to see it. Everybody saw it. It's ugly. It's sloppy football.
It was the fourth game, dude. It was the fourth game.
Right. And how many preseason games was there usually? 4. Okay.
Oh, man.
All right. We'll agree to disagree.
Yeah, it was ugly as hell. What was it? 2 touchdowns down in the first quarter. We were down by, right? And then, I mean, I don't know why, dude. Do you not run Barkley? Like, what the hell, dude? They didn't run Barkley at all the second half.
Well, they ran him more in the second half than they did in the first.
You're paying for this guy, right? I mean,
listen, I'm not arguing. I wish we when we talked last week, I said the game plan to beat this Bucs team was you got to run the fucking ball down their throat. We were without our best 2 receivers and our best offensive lineman. Yes, you have to run the football. That was my thing. I agree. That game was all on coaching. Nick Sirianni, you did not have your team or your coaches ready. And that's on you, brother. I've defended you for a long time. That's on you, dude. That's your job to make sure your team and coaches are ready, and you drop the fucking ball big time. But I'll say this, though, and I was down about that Eagles game, and I was very angry for a good amount of time. But the one thing I took a step back and was like, you know what? Eagles are basically 0-0 with a 13-game schedule, and we get these 2 weeks off to correct all the things that we just saw that were wrong. Most teams don't get that opportunity presented in front of them. So it's almost a really kind of good opportunity. I'm seeing the silver lining in it, and that's the silver lining. You're 0-0, and you got a 13-game schedule. You got 2 weeks to get ready to correct your mistakes. So let's see what you're made of.
Well, 2 of the teams that we lost to were the Bucs and the Falcons, and they're playing tonight.
Yeah,
and they're going toe to toe. Yeah, I mean, it's 27-20. Yeah, I mean, that's they're both good teams, man. So I mean, if I had to lose anybody, man, all right.
And think about that Falcons team. We basically beat them. It was on some bullshit last drive with 30 seconds left. I mean, in reality, the Eagles should be 3-1. Let's face it. I know they're not. You are what your record says you are. But in reality, this Eagles team is 3-1. We gave that game away. We had the Falcons beat. If we don't throw that pass to Saquon Barkley on the 4-yard line and just run the football, the game's over. You know, so. We're one dumb play away from being 3-1. A Falcons team that's going toe to toe with the team that just So sometimes it's never as bad as it seems. It's never as good as it seems. Usually somewhere in between.
And all you got to worry about is our division. You know what I mean? Are we going to get through this division and get to the playoffs? Yeah, man. I feel we're all right. The Redskins, wow. I mean, Commanders. Pardon my French or whatever. The Commodores, whatever they're called. It's a pretty good squad. It's pretty good squad.
It is. And it's good coaching over there on the head coach. But I'll say this too, and not to take anything away from the Commanders, and Jaden Daniels is a really good young quarterback. They look good right now, but also talk to me in the middle of December. Listen, like I said, with baseball, football too is a war of attrition. You might be looking good right now, but football is a persnickety sport. It giveth and it taketh away. So, yeah, you look good now, but talk to me December 17th or what have you.
Very true. Very true. Giants, man, I don't know. There's just pretty much no hope for them.
They've actually looked solid the last week or two. I don't fear him. I think Danny Dimes is what he is, but you have a good couple good young receivers over there. I'll be honest with you. You know what I think the Giants are doing? I think they're playing it out this year to hire Billy Belichick to come in at the end of the year, be their head coach, and finish his career where it started. So yeah, I think that's what you're going to see after this year. Bill Belichick's going to be the Giants head coach when they fire Brian Dable. They're just playing out straight. The Giants will probably be a 7, 8, 9 win team. They're not terrible. Yeah, I think that's what you're going to see up there. So get ready for that, Eagles fans.
That'd be crazy, man. Belichick
it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Dude, if you've seen that that HBO show, man, about the Giants and how they let go Barkley, man, it was disgraceful.
Hard Knocks.
It was so bad. Yeah,
well, I'm glad they did. I'm glad it was helped us.
Yeah. So it'd be interesting to see them pick up Belichick. That'd be wild, dude.
Remember, you heard it here first. It's going to happen.
Oh, man. But yeah, I feel like we're all right, man. In the division, we just got to pull it together. Hopefully, with this bye week, we see what is bad, and work on that, and go with what works. You know what I mean?
Good point. I think sometimes when you have a very depressing or a hard kind of beatdown like that, I think sometimes you kind of gather the troops and say, "Hey, let's go back to basics." You know, right. let's go back to let's find out the few things we're good at, and let's go execute that and go from there. Let's not get too cute, too fancy. Let's go find out what we're good at and what got us here. Let's not forget, as much as I've been getting on my Eagles, listen, this team is a year and a half away from almost beating the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. One Jalen Hurts fumble away from winning the Super Bowl, so they're not that far off. But they have some shit they got to correct, definitely. Yeah. But with that being said, listen, there's hope. It's not far off. It springs eternal, man. You know, hope's never lost. So, guys, you know, rally around each other. The one thing I'll say about this Phillies team that I hope I see with this Eagles team, you remember, DeeTer, when this Phillies team went through what they called the slump in the middle of the year after we were red hot and off to our best start ever, and everybody's like, oh, my God, they suck, this and that. I said, one thing I wanted to look back and see, I said, one, do they start backbiting on each other, start throwing each other under the bus and, you know, causing division? No. You know what they did? They got each other's back, said, you know what, we're going to pull through this. We got a good group of guys in there, you know, and nobody was blaming anybody. And, you know, they rallied and they came back. They won the division for the first time in 13 years. And I hope you see that from the Eagles. Like, sometimes, like with people, with teams, you find out the most important things about people or teams in the hard times. Not in the easy times, not in the good times, but in the hard times. And with that Phillies team, I saw in the hard times, they said, hey, let's rally together instead of fucking dividing and running our separate ways. I hope the Eagles team does the same thing. With that being said, beer number 2, baby. Pumpkinville. One of my top 3 pumpkin beers ever. Love it. Woo! That's a phenomenal smell. Next level.
What's it called?
It is called Pumpkinville from Ellicotteville Brewing up in, I believe, New York State.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, if it's not my favorite pumpkin beer of all time, it's like top 2 or 3. It's fucking unbelievably good.
Well, I always look for that pumpkin beer we used to like from Elysium Pumpkicino.
Yeah.
It's never around anymore.
I haven't seen it in a while.
That was such a good beer, man.
It was. You know what I have a bottle of in the house fridge? Remember Whole Hog pumpkin?
Whole Hog. Okay.
I got one in there. I'll untap it tonight. I've untapped it before, but it's probably like 6 or 7 years ago. And actually, funny
like from up north, or
I want to say, I think Wisconsin. I'm not positive, but I think they're from Wisconsin.
Okay.
Oh, that is the best fucking pumpkin beer I've ever had. I'm sorry. It's the best pumpkin beer I've ever had. I'm sorry. It is. The Pumpkin, love you. Fucking Schlafly, love you. Whole Hog. Yeah. But this, for me personally, the best pumpkin beer I ever had. That's Tits McGee right there.
Where'd you pick that up at?
Over at Hops and Grapes.
Hops and Grapes?
Yeah. The liquor store over off of Delsey. Off of Delsey?
Okay.
Yeah.
Hops and Grapes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What town is that?
It's G-Borough.
Okay. I've never heard of it.
Listen, I can run there tomorrow. If you want me to grab you a 6-pack, I'll pick one up for you.
No, I'm fine.
All right.
Yeah. I got
I'll save a bottle for you then.
Troegs Pumpkin Masters and such. But,
Master of Pumpkins. I love how they played off of the Metallica song, Master of Puppets. Master!
I'm digging this nectar on the Toppling Goliath, man.
Yeah,
Not
baby.
Too bad. Not too bad.
And thank you to Raj for holding on to a 4-pack for that for me as well. Shout out to Raj and Clayton Liquor. That's the man, the myth, the legend, the best in the biz.
Got a couple of comments here.
Damn, that's good.
Phillies are full of Forest teammates. Okay.
Was it?
Phillies are full of Forest teammates. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's Greg.
What up, Greg?
Great teammates, Phillies.
Oh, great teammates. I agree, man. These guys get each other's backs, man. You don't see anybody throwing each other on the bus. I love that, dude. You can always tell a strong, group when everybody, rallies around each other as opposed to, kind of going after each other when times get tough.
Got another comment. And drank other half forever, ever moving to Dewey on Cloud 9 AP. All right.
Nice. Shout out to Ant. Good seeing you there, big kid. Always fun hanging out with him. Good conversation. He was drinking a Twin Elephant Bizzity Bomb, which is the Rick's pick of the week on the beer menu. It's great beer from Twin Elephant.
Twin Elephant is so good, man.
Huge fan.
Good stuff. And I miss Ant because I miss Pizzeria Uno's. It got closed down. I used to hang out with Ant so much there. It's such a sad story. But PJ Williams is coming to Deffert.
Real quick, what is opening at that Uno? Is it going to be another bar or restaurant?
I haven't heard anything about it, man.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm curious myself.
You said PJ's coming to Deffert?
Yeah.
Where at?
The old Joe's Crab Shack.
Oh, nice. Okay, that's cool. Nice.
Where the Five Guys is in Deffert. Yeah.
Isn't there a Walmart over there?
Yeah, it's the worst parking lot ever.
Yeah, I know.
Worst parking lot ever. But hey, good beer and wings. So
maybe that's where we'll go when we have our end of the year bet on the football picks. Yeah, we'll christen that bitch.
Yeah, there you go. God damn, it's fucking good beer.
I feel you, dude. This is the next level pumpkin. I could drink this all year, even not just in pumpkin season. That's stupid good.
So getting into some wrestling. Let's get into some wrestling. WWE. What's it? Bad Blood this weekend. Saturday. It's going to be CM Punk. CM Punk has been a wrestler for a long time. He's going to go against Drew McIntyre in a cage match. That's Saturday. And then,
you have a rooting interest in that match?
Yeah, I can't stand CM Punk.
Oh, you're not. I don't know who's who right now. I'm waiting for my boys to get into wrestling, and I'll get back into it.
CM Punk's all about like Chicago hockey, Chicago baseball.
Chicago.
Yeah, I just can't do it. Yeah. Drew McIntyre is a big ass Scottish guy that I hope he kicks him in the face and knocks him out. So, yeah, and then we have AEW. AEW is doing really well. And,
that's your shit, though.
I love AEW. So they got a pay-per-view coming up, and Bryan Daniels, the American Dragon, who has wrestled in WWE and AEW, is going to be wrestling Moxley. Moxley is one of the toughest dudes in AEW. He's the guy that's going to like bite your head, rip your ear off, throw fucking tacks on the ring.
The Mike Tyson of the crew.
Oh, yeah, he's tough, dude. Yeah. And that's going to be a good event, too. I can't remember the pay-per-view, but I know it's next week.
Nice.
Check him out, dude. Always get involved with the wrestling because, they're both good. You know what I mean? Keep the competition going.
Well, while we're talking about wrestling, I want to send a shout out to my good buddy Lawrence Zirconium, who runs DAWG, DAWG, Dangerous Adrenaline Wrestling Gladiators. Professional wrestling. It's an awesome fucking league. Every time they put on a show, it's a great event. I can't stress enough, guys. Check them out. It's a fun night. If you want to go out with your buddies, bachelor party. If you want to go with your family, take the kids, all age. You want to go on a date with your girl. Listen, it's a fun night. It's very inexpensive, and it's a great time. I can't stress enough. Check out DAWG.
Let's see. Let's see. And so is that Merriman now? That's a good establishment. I haven't been there in a long time, dude.
I think I was with you the last. Didn't we go there before we went to one of them concerts over in Pittman?
Yeah.
We were in Merriman. Shout out to the crew. Yeah. George and them crew.
Yeah, nice people over there, man.
Yeah, really nice people over there. Shout out while we have a free moment, not talking much. I want to send a shout out to everybody that supports us every week. It's much appreciated. We couldn't do this, without you guys watching, and we appreciate it. And much love, and cheers to everyone watching our show.
While you're watching, let us know what you're drinking. Let us know your interest, and
or if you're smoking weed or eating gummies because they're legal now. It's the same as beer, only better.
Oh man, dude, it's 27 to 27. Bucks and
that game, that's the fist fight in the phone booth right there.
Yeah, man.
The sales are a lot better than I thought it would be this year.
Yeah, I mean, it's wild, dude. Like Baker Mayfield and fucking
Kirk Cousins, man.
What the fuck, dude? What happened? Like that's crazy, dude.
Well, I mean. And I'll give Baker Mayfield credit. He was a Heisman Trophy winner. The guy, I mean, he just needed to get in the right situation. I think he found it. And he's a guy I root for. I like Baker Mayfield. He's one of us. He's one, he's not a prima donna. Do you remember his senior year in college or junior year, I think in Oklahoma? It was on video where he got pulled over by the cops for like the DUI. And he tried to run away and they tackled him. You remember that? Yeah, that's the dog right there. I love Baker Mayfield, man. That's some shit we would pull. And when he tackled him, he was like, "Oh!" He's got tackled out this loud ass mo. I was like, "That's the kid right there." Shout out to Baker Mayfield. I know he watches the show. I'll probably have to watch it tomorrow as he's playing tonight.
Yeah, I mean, like he definitely puts it to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's a good kid, man. I'm a big fan. Mikey Rozier knows him really well. They both are Heisman every year. They're at the Heisman. Okay. Mike speaks highly of him. So if Mike speaks highly of him, he's got my respect.
Man, it's a weird fucking year, dude. It's such a weird.
I know, DeeTer, because September's now the preseason. You know when you're going to see what the league really is? Talk to me at the beginning of December. So that's when everybody's settled in.
Are you? Because I feel like a lot of these older quarterbacks that you're putting money on, Russell Wilson, that didn't pay off, right?
Yeah, but you also just got done talking about what's the name in Atlanta? Kirk Cousins playing good football.
Kirk Cousins doing, and Rodgers doing pretty good too, man.
Well, and listen, Matty Stafford's still a player, and Geno Smith up in Seattle who's doing. Hey, how about fucking Sam Darnold? Sam Darnold ain't no rookie. This is like his 7th year in the league. That guy's playing great football, man.
It's so weird, dude.
I know it's the Twilight Zone. I'll always remember 2024 as the Twilight Zone year, not just in football, but in everything. It's just a weird fucking year.
It's like those quarterbacks that you sold out, and now they're coming back to bite you in the ass. You know what I mean? Like that's what's happening, dude.
Good for them. Listen, hey, I'm all about the underdog and the people that have been written off and rewriting the story. Good for you guys, man. Don't let the motherfuckers hold you down.
Ant said, does wrestling have a preseason? No, they do not.
Jerk off.
Jeff said, Baker
well played, sir.
Sterling Shepard, Buck's name is on point.
Dude, it's funny he said that, Jeff. I'm watching the game earlier, and when Baker Mayfield threw that beautiful pass to Sterling Shepard in the corner of the end zone, I'm like, wow, Sterling Shepard sighting. I haven't seen that dude in like 2 years. And he played with Baker Mayfield at Oklahoma. Good to see him back, man. Listen, it's the year of everybody that got counted out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
time for the comeuppance.
That's crazy, man.
Which means the Chiefs will not win the Super Bowl this year. You guys had your time, motherfuckers.
Oh, man. Chiefs are still fucking killing.
I know, they are still really good. And by the way, I love Jason and Travis Kelce. I comment on your podcast a lot, and actually they give me a like back. Much appreciated. Much love their podcast a lot.
Really? That's awesome.
All the time. I put our show up on there too before. So they're probably watching. They're probably like, these drunk motherfuckers are hilarious. And by the way, anybody's like, I watched Ricky and DeeTer's podcast, and they curse a lot. Guess what? You ever watch the fucking Kelsey's podcast? They curse just as much as we do. That's why I love them. They're the real ones, like us. We ain't no fakers coming with that fake shit.
I try not to.
We drink pumpkin beers, motherfuckers.
Yeah, no, just kidding. Right. I try not to. I know
you try not to, DeeTer. You're like the, what do they call it? The calm guy, and you got the fucking guy that goes off the handle. The good cop, bad cop, the Laurel, the Hardy. You know what I mean? The Abbott, the Costello. We make a good team. We make a good team, kid. We balance each other out.
Yeah. I love doing this. You know it.
Yeah, right back at you,
I look for it every week.
Every week, dude. Every week. I can't wait for Thursday. And I spread the word all week at work. I'm like, watch the fucking podcast.
Nice. Oh, my God, dude.
I'll be honest with you. I think I'm going to grab a third beer.
So
I know that's rare.
How do you feel about the Sixers being in the Philadelphia area with their new stadium?
I want them to come over to Jersey. I really do. I don't know if it's set in stone yet that they're not. I know Philly's trying to keep them.
Pretty set, man.
I want them to come to Jersey. They already have the number one practice facility in the entire NBA, not just in the East Coast, the entire NBA. Come over, give them a stadium here in Jersey. Listen, there's still the Philadelphia 76ers, but that area needs it. Jersey needs the commerce. Come on over and let the Flyers have their own building. The Sixers have their own building. But listen, everybody from Philly moved over to Jersey anyway. Listen, we're all basically same fucking area anyway.
Now, God damn it. How do you feel about the starting five
of the Sixers? DeeTer, I'll be honest with you. I have a really, really good vibe about this Sixers team.
Me too, man.
No, not just a starting five. This is a deep fucking team. They're going to run 8 guys at you, man. Maybe 9. This team is like really deep. And don't forget Nick Nurse. Nick Nurse is a championship winning coach. This guy won a championship. Toronto actually beat us along the way. Listen, I got a good feeling about this Sixers team, and I don't want to start talking bad about them at all. I think there's something good going on over there. And Joel's happy. Maxey's happy. You got Paul George in there, who's a defensive stud, and he'll give you 20, 22 points a game. I got a good feeling about this team. I do.
Yeah, I see somebody put up the top 5, starting 5. I was like, damn, that's pretty goddamn good, dude.
And then look at the first 4 guys off the bench. You know what I mean? I mean, that's a deep team, man. This is the deepest Sixers team I've seen probably since 2001, and maybe a little deeper.
It's gonna be good, man. I hope so. Yeah, I don't want to get myself too hyped up, man.
I know. I don't want to get my heart broken. Are you doing a third beer, or am I just being a fucking lush?
No.
I'm going to be a lush either way. Oh, nice. What do you got?
My go-to, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Smittix.
Oh, Smitty's nice. I love Smitty's. Nice red ale. I was just drinking. I was drinking that or Harps not that long ago.
Harps is a good beer too, man.
Yeah, nice lager.
But I've been getting more and more into the lagers in my later years. I like the IPAs, but I mean, sometimes you put a lager in there once in a while.
I agree, brother. I like them too, once in a while. I'm with you, kid.
That's good. Fuck, that's good.
I'm doing another one of these fucking pumpkins. It's so fucking good. I got to get another one. It's so fucking good.
Yeah, I'll probably be grabbing a Master of Pumpkins after this too, man. That was pretty good.
I rarely do duplicate beers on this show, but I mean, pumpkin season only lasts but so long. I got to get it in.
And one thing about like seasonal beer Like, you know it's fresh. And most of the times with a pumpkin beer, it's like 5 and up.
Whoa!
I mean, like, if you're not making pumpkin beer at a high ABV, well, I don't know, man. I don't know what you're doing. It's just the way to go, man. You have the sugars from the pumpkin or the gourds. Yeah, you burn it all up, dude. It's already there. Like, why would you dilute it? That's my opinion. I know.
Hey, I ain't fighting on that one, dude.
I know there's lower ABV pumpkin beers out there, which are pretty good, but I prefer the higher ABVs ones.
Yeah. I ain't gonna fight you on that one. I want my pumpkin beers to have flavor, and sometimes flavor means ABV. It's just the way it goes. Not always, but a lot of times. You know what pumpkin beer I like a lot? You remember the Chamonix Creek pumpkin beer they used to put out, or they still do?
Oh yeah, Dunkless.
Oh, Dunkless Pumpkin is a fantastic pumpkin beer.
Yeah, because that's like a darker, like Bach.
Well, it's a Dunkel. I mean, it's
it's a Dunkel. That's what it's in the name. And I'll tell you what. Oh, shit! We had a great time at the Jeff's Oktoberfest thing last weekend. So cool. And Al brought over like a half keg of the beer he made.
Nice. How was it?
Awesome.
Nice.
It was awesome.
Good job, Al.
Yeah. Like I know like November there's going to be a South Jersey Fermentation Club beer event, and I think Al's going to bring one of his beers there. He's going to do a smoke
like a Roush beer?
Yeah, like a Roush beer.
Nice. And it's tough to make.
If you can, man, try to come out. It's at I will try. Parking lot. But
do you know the date?
I'll find out.
But, let me know. I would love to support Al. That is one of the coolest cats I've ever met. So yeah, I will try to get out. Let me know the date and I'll try to get out there, man. That's a good dude.
Yeah, John is gonna like put out his beer in his tent, and Al's gonna put out a keg. It's gonna be a good time, man.
Nice.
It's South Jersey Fermentation Club. I think it's called I know summertime is Big Brew Day. I think the fall is called Small Brew Day, something like that.
Was it less brewers there?
Yeah,
or lower ABV stuff.
Yeah, lower ABV stuff, smaller breweries, and what they do is a food drive. So you can instead of paying $20 for a ticket, you give them canned foods and stuff like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's
they're
awesome.
Good group of guys, man.
Anything that helps anybody in need, God bless. That's always a good cause. So, South Jersey, you said South Jersey Fermentation Club.
Yeah.
Anybody can support that, come out and donate some food and try some good beers, please do.
Yeah, very cool.
That's awesome, man. God bless.
Yeah, but the Oktoberfest thing that Jeff had, man, he had brats, he had different hot dogs and all sorts of stuff, man. It was
a lot of different beers.
Yeah, he had like small kegs of Spaten.
Oh, nice Spaten.
And all sorts of weird I don't know them. You know what I mean? Like, but
yeah,
he's big on that stuff.
That's awesome, man. Shout out to Jeff, another cool cat in this, bro, man. One of the good guys.
Oh man.
Yeah, did you say he lives right over there near you in your neighborhood?
Oh yeah. He's right about me. He's like
right behind Bobcat.
Yeah, he's like 4 minutes away, man. It's funny. He's like, "Hey, I'm coming to pick you up." In like 2 minutes, he's like right there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to Jeff, one of the good guys in the world.
So where are we at on the? Let's go to this guy there here. Is it? So let's pick our picks.
You want to do your picks?
Maybe?
All right, you want to close that? Right. Do with the picks?
Well, hold on. Just want to make sure 3, I had Raiders, Bucks, Seahawks. I had 1 win. And you had Bucks, 49ers, Bengals, and you had 0.
Okay, so what do you got the totals at for the year?
I'm at 3-1-1. I'm at 5. You're at 2-1-0. You're at 3.
Wait a minute. We picked more than 3 games.
Now we only had
No, I'm talking about for the season.
Right, but I'm only going off the wins. So I had week 1, week 2, and week 3. Week 1,
okay, so
you understand? Yeah, by week 1, I had 3 wins. You had 2. My week 2, I had 1. You had 1. The week 3, I had 1. You had 0. So we're at
5-3.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Cool.
That's it.
Sounds about right. Looks like I'll be paying the fucking tab this year.
It's a long season.
I'm playing.
It's a long season.
I'm playing.
Long season.
All right. Well, you go first. You want to make the pick? What's your 3 picks for this week?
All right. So I went with the Vikings. Yeah, I had to.
I know you're going to have the same picks as me.
49ers and Seahawks.
Well, remember how I told you when we talked before the show, I made 6 picks, and I said I'd narrow it down to 3. Well, I had all 3 of those on there. I'm going to narrow it down to 3. I am going to stick with the Vikings. I am going to stick with the Seahawks. And I'm going to take the Commodores to beat the Cleveland Browns.
Wow. Bold move there. And Commodores. That is locked in. That is
locked and loaded, kid.
That is locked in. Oh, shit. Well,
it was a great show, my brother. Man, always look forward to this every week.
And, I mean, like, hey, man, let's go Phillies Saturday. And Flyers, man. Flyers looking awesome, dude.
Yeah, I'm excited for the Flyers and the Sixers coming up. I think the future is bright for both of those teams. And anybody that's worried about the Mets, listen, this is a good thing for the Phillies. This is going to battle test these guys. This is going to make them stronger as a team. And I think, if you play a cupcake, you don't really get better, But if you play a team that's playing really well and you beat them, I think that adds extra confidence to you.
I just wish the Union Soccer, man, would have stepped it up, especially with that young. I said I wish the Union Soccer would have stepped it up, man. I'm kind of a little bit worried about them.
Are they done?
They're not done, but they dropped out of the playoff bracket, and they still have, I think, like 3 games left.
Okay.
Actually 2 games left, man. So they really got to dig in. They got to dig in if they want to get it. The kid, man, the 15-year-old kid that's on the team.
Oh, is he still on the team?
Man. Yeah. He's on the team until I think he turns 18 or something like that. He goes to Manchester.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I like Union Soccer, man. I wish them well. Yeah,
that's what me too. They're from Philly. I hope they do well.
Thursday night, 10 p.m. Check us out. BGSE Network. I'm DeeTer. That's my buddy Ricky.
Have a good
night out there.
Peace.
Cheers.